Hello, my name is Royce. I'm going to be doing Hello, my name is Royce. I'm going to be doing a review and an overview of the brand new utility belt that just came out as part of the No Man's Land event for the Batman Heroclix set. I'll do a short review of it, look over the card, see where it's misprinted, and I'll also talk a little bit about my venue's No Man's Land event where I played and I won a lockup.
The utility belt is sculpted well and painted well as well. Has a clear area right here where you can later put an outfit that they're going to have available. There are 6 slots around the utility belt in which you will be able to put different items. Right now what I have attached to it is the gas pellet smoke grenades. They can be used by themselves or they can be used a part of the utility belt. If you use them part of the utility belt, you'll have the card facing this way. If you use it by themselves, they'll be like that. How you're going to use the utility belt is that you're going to pick one character, a part of your team, that you're going to assign it to, and they're going to be able to use the utility belt. Much like Batman, who has his own utility belt, he'll be able to use this during the game to help with his powers. But you don't have to assign it to Batman. You can assign it to any character that you want. The utility belt by itself is 7 points, but in order to use it, you have to have at least one item attached to it at the beginning, or you need at least one of the slots activated. Each slot activated is 1 point. The costume setup is 1 point. Utility belt 7 points, so it's anywhere from 8 to 14 points. And if the character using the utility belt gets KO'd, then whoever KO'd him is going to get the points of the utility belt. The utility belt uses 3 different symbols we're not used to. One of them looks like the utility belt itself on the top. The other looks like a package that has a parachute on top of it. And the other one has a ×2 symbol. And I'll explain what all of these mean. You can attach one utility belt costume in the middle of the utility belt, and you should attach as many items, utility belt items, as there are active slots that you're going to be using. Some of the benefits to using the utility belt is that if there are 3 or more items attached to it, then the assigned character can use Indomitable, and if there are 5 or more items attached to the belt, then you can give the character a free action. You can select an opposing character within 10 squares and line of fire. That opposing character can't use their team abilities until the beginning of your next turn. This is a free action. If you decide to use one of the utility belt items, you will remove it, you will use it, and then you will not be able to use that item again during the game. The first thing I want to go over is right there in the ×2 slot. You will see that there is a 1 with a circle around it. On the card, there are 4 special abilities that will be shown while you're turning the base. If at any time you see another one of these, you will stop turning. The first one says that you can give the character a double power action, and then you can turn the utility belt to any click that does not have a special power. So any click without a 2, 3, 4, you can turn it there. And then you do not otherwise turn the dial at the end of your turn. If the click shows the number 2 with a circle on it, you can give the character a power action. You can remove a utility belt item from the utility belt and place it in an adjacent square. Flip over the card, and now that relic is assigned to your force. If the 3 with the circle is revealed in that 2-time slot, at the beginning of your next turn, you may activate an inactive slot. In addition, you may replace or attach any one utility belt item or costume to the utility belt. At the end of your turn, roll a d6 to turn the dial as described above, even if the character does not take a non-free action. And the 4 with the circle is called Quick Swap. You can give the assigned character a power action and replace any number of attached utility belt items with different utility belt items. So that means you can switch around the utility belt as much as you want when that power is showing. Basically, the belt will be turned like this. If Batman is assigned the utility belt and he uses an action, let's say he attacks Lockup this turn, well, after actions resolve, you will roll a dice and you will turn the belt that many clicks over. In this case, it's 2. Now, if you rolled enough to where it's going to show one of these other numbers, you would stop when you see one of these numbers. The first symbol that has what looks like to be the utility belt will show a number. In this case, it's number 6. What this number represents is that you may use the item in slot number 6, and after you use it, it will stay on the utility belt. So you do not have to remove it after using it. The next symbol is what appears to be a package with a parachute connected to it. It will reveal a number. In this case, it's number 2. All that means is that if slot number 2 is active at the beginning of the game, or is active, then you can attach a utility belt item to it for free. Now the last symbol, that times 2, has multiple functions. As we can see on this click, a number 3 and a number 5 have been revealed. What this means is that if you use a utility item on number 3, then you can use the utility belt item on number 5 as a free action as long as they are not the same item. Or you could use the utility belt item on number 5, and then you could use the item on number 3 as a free action. Once again, as long as they are not the same action. As we see now on this slot, there are no longer 2 numbers, but one has a +2, and then one is a special ability. Well, when this click is revealed, you will get a +2 to all your combat values, and you will be able to use that ability. One thing that is strange about the utility belt right now anyway, is that on some slots, as you can see in here, this is a brown with the fist, which is poison. But on the card, poison is not listed. Instead, perplex is listed. The leap, climb, and smoke cloud are also not used. It's just a misprint on the card. If you go to the Heroclix website, you can actually find a print and play card that you can print out and use right now. They've issued a statement in which they say they will print out new cards and get them to the players as fast as they can. The utility belt. At my venue, I played in the No Man's Land Month 1 tournament, and I wound up winning. It was a sealed booster. We had 2 boosters that we picked from to make a 300-point team. I happened to get lucky and I pulled the chase. I pulled the insider who turned out to be very well on this team at 100 points. I also pulled Black Bat at 100 points. And I pulled Batman and used him at his 100-point cost value for a total of 300 points evenly. The team did very well. They stayed in stealth and hindering for most of the time, and they worked well together as a team. I just wanted to give a quick look at the map. We're in the Blackgate prison. This is indoors. This is before the hurricane, or before the earthquake, I mean. You can see you got not a lot of spaces for hindering. Special rules on this map include the orange terrain of the bridges. It's pretty simple, almost like a big pit. This bottom portion is elevation 1, everything else up here is elevation 2. The bridge is elevation 2, but if you're on elevation 1, it does not block your line of sight when you're on elevation 1. So pretty much, it's a bridge. It becomes water terrain. The bridge changes some, and so do parts of the map where elevated terrain wasn't, is now elevated. Well, I hope this has cleared up some of the confusion over the utility belt and gave you a great look at it. If you have any more questions, I would either go to hcrealms.com to look up the actual card for the utility belt, or go to WizKid's website for it at heroclix.com. Thanks for watching.